What's going on, guys? How you doing today? You rocking out with the one and only phillydom. I'm coming to you live and direct from Fortaleza, Brazil. I'm here with my brother here, Master Wayne, and he's going to talk to you today about Amazon and how you can change your life. It can be with a part-time hustle, or it could be a full-time job. It depends on how serious you take it and what you put in it. You know what they say in life: whatever you put into something is what you get out. You put a lot into something, you get a lot out of it. You put a little bit into something, guess what? You only gonna get a little bit out of it. How you doing today, Master Wayne? How's everything going with you?
Man, everything is good. Master Wayne is in the building.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm in Thailand. Last month, I was in Manila, Philippines for a couple of weeks. But now I'm back in Thailand and I'm working on my retirement visa.
Okay.
Simultaneously, doing some villa shopping. So thinking about, setting up my headquarters here in Thailand. And it's a beautiful place, man. You know, there's no winter in Thailand. During daylight savings time, it's 12 hours difference from the East Coast. So right now it is pretty much 8:30, 8:37 in the morning.
8:37. Okay.
So right now it's 8:37 p.m. on the East Coast.
Yep.
So, that way you can still communicate with your family and friends in the States. And, Thai food is one of the most popular cuisines in the world. And these people are very healthy. And, it's all based on their food. They don't have a lot of carbs and sugars. It's crazy because if you go to the grocery store in the United States, the entire aisle is dedicated to cereal and all sugar.
It's true.
You come here to Thailand or Brazil, the sugar aisle might be, 3 feet long. For cereal. So, the lifestyle and the cultures is very different. Like in Thailand, they don't really believe in God. They believe in being their personal best. They believe in treating people with kindness. Even though they have temples all over, they leave the dedications and offerings to the temple. But the culture itself is very passive, gentle, and down to earth.
Wow. Very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah. So if you're meeting me for the first time, I'm Master Wayne, aka Wayne McShay is my real name. And 11 years ago, I started a journey on Amazon. So I started the Amazon business, private label of my product, and it kind of just took off. So I'm going to walk you through what you could have been doing the last 30 minutes. So it's now 8:39. So let's say 39 minutes ago, I'm gonna walk you through what you could have been doing to change your life. So what I'm going to show you is a blueprint for success on Amazon. So I'm going to show you how I source products, how I buy those products at a discounted, cheaper price, and then how I ship those items into Amazon, which is the biggest marketplace on the planet, and then how I sell them at a retail price on Amazon. I pocket the difference, and then I just repeat that system. And you can do this with an unlimited number of products. So without further ado, let me go ahead and just jump right into it to show you what you could have been doing at 8 p.m. 40 minutes ago. All right, so if you're looking at my screen right now, you see a breakdown of a product that you could have purchased. And I'm going to show you the product in a second. But if you look over here to the left, everything I do is just based on data. I have a saying that I never, ever guess about success. I always calculate it or measure it. That way I can get it right almost every single time. Like if I was standing at the free throw line and I was shooting a free throw, in my mind, I know that the free throw basket is 10 feet high. And I know that from the free throw line to the rim is like another 10 to 8 feet. So again, you don't have to guess about these things, you can know them. So as you can see, if you're looking over here to my left, This is the competition analysis. So it's telling me that there's only one person selling this product, and they're selling it for $429.98. And they have 3 in stock. And up here, this is telling me that it's selling 13 times per month. So this person only has 3 in stock. So that means after they go out of stock, then it's going to be 10 other sales that are possible with this particular product. So now let me show you the product real quick so you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So here's the product. This is a digital electric smoker that I used to purchase from Home Depot. So just think 40 minutes ago at 8 p.m., if you had the money, you could have went to Home Depot and purchased this for $187.31. That's nothing, right? And as you can see, depending on how much money you have, you could purchase 1 or you could purchase 8. So, you know, I purchased 8, as you can see right here, and I paid $187.31 for all 8 of them, or 8 apiece. And when I come back, now these numbers right here make more sense. All right, so you can see I buy 8 for $187.31. So that means my cost is $1,500. Then I ship those electric smokers into Amazon. All right, so your next question should be, well, Wayne, how do you get your product from Home Depot to Amazon? All right, so that's a great question. So here's what you do. You use a third-party shipment company called a prep and ship company. They have prep and ship companies all over the world. Think of DHL, think of freight forwarders, think of what else? UPS. You know, all of these are pretty much freight forward companies, and some of them also do what's called prepping and shipping. That means you send products to them, they'll open the product up, they'll inspect it, make sure it's in working condition, and then they'll rebox it up and then ship it anywhere in the world that you want them to ship it. So that's essentially what a prep and ship company does. So after you buy 8 of these digital electric smokers for $187, now you want to ship those into Amazon. So I paid $1,500 for all 8. And now I'm going to send these to my prep and ship company. And my prep and ship company that I use is located in St. Mary's, Georgia. So when I'm purchasing these from the Home Depot website, when it says put in your shipping address, I don't put in my home address because I'm in Thailand. I put in the address to my prep and ship company. All right. And so it goes directly from the Home Depot retailer directly to my prep and ship company in St. Mary's, Georgia. When my prep and ship company receives the product, they'll list it in a spreadsheet. They'll give me the tracking number. They'll tell me the date that it arrived. They will tell me how many have arrived. They'll unbox all 8 of them. They'll inspect them, make sure they're in working condition, nothing was broken or damaged in the shipment of those products. And then, you know, I'll email them and say, okay, go ahead and ship those, all 8 of these, into Amazon. So they'll have access to what's called my Amazon Seller Central account. And once they get access to my Seller Central account, they'll be able to go in and they'll be able to create shipping labels and also product labels. So on all 8 of these electric smokers, they'll put a product label, you know, right on the digital electric smokers. So when they arrive at Amazon, Amazon knows that these are my products, right? And they knows to put these in my store. The second thing that they do is they print out shipping labels. So they'll put a shipping label inside the box with the product, and then they'll put another shipping label on the outside of the box. So if the shipping label on the outside of the box gets damaged, then they can just open up the box and there's another shipping label inside. So they'll know that, again, this product belongs to me. All right, so next, Amazon, when the product arrives at Amazon, an Amazon employee will pick it up off the dock and they'll scan it with a little wand and it'll be checked into my inventory, and then it goes live on the Amazon website. IBE, yes, sir. You do need an Amazon account to sell on Amazon. It's called a Amazon Seller Central Professional Account. Amazon will charge you $39.99 every single month for a professional Amazon account, which will allow you to sell on their platform. And they have Amazon marketplaces all over the world, but you don't have to have a professional seller account for all of these different locations. I think Amazon has like 19 different locations around the world. So for instance, just you signing up to sell on Amazon in the United States gives you access to 4 countries. That gives you access to Brazil, Canada, United States, and Mexico. So think about that. For $40, now you're selling pretty much in South America and Canada, in the United States and Mexico for just $40. You can't beat that. That's better than Shopify, right? All right, so now that my product has made it into Amazon and an Amazon employee has scanned it, these digital electric smokers, which I previously purchased from Home Depot, now go live on the Amazon website. So now I'm thinking to myself, are these going to sell? Well, if you're paying attention in the beginning, you can see that over here, I'll automatically know that it's going to sell 13 times this month. I also know that there's only one person selling it right now, and they're selling it for $429.98, but they only have 3 in stock. So they're going to be out of stock in like 2 or 3 days. So I'm not going to sell it for $429 like they're selling it. I'm going to sell mine for $499. Mine comes in the stock and I sell all 8 for $499. So now, my investment was $1,500, but from that $1,500, I just made $4,000, right? And 92 cents. Now, Amazon is going to take out their fee and plus all of my expenses. So Amazon fees plus all of my expenses tabulated together comes up to $1,416.25. So that means now Amazon is going to pay me out $2,583.67. But remember, I paid $1,500 for it. So I get reimbursed that $1,500 that I paid for all 8 of the digital electric smokers. And my profit is $1,000 and $1,085.19. So if you had this knowledge, you could have did this at 8 p.m. today. I don't know what you're doing right now. You're probably on the live watching me, but 40 minutes ago, you were probably just watching television, surfing on your phone, doing absolutely nothing. But you could have made $1,000, and this would have only have taken you 15 minutes. And so I know what you say, okay, so big deal. I could have made $1,000, but you ain't know how to do it. But that's what I'm here for. I'm here to teach you that I've been doing this for 9 years now, right? And so $1,000, you think, okay, $1,000 would be great. But now multiply that $1,000 by 30 days. So you would do this every day. It would only take you anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes. Because again, all I did was I use software to tell me what products are profitable and where I can purchase them. So the software said, hey, go to Home Depot, purchase these electric smokers. They're $187 and they're retailing on Amazon for $500. So I'm like, okay, that's a great deal. So you go to Home Depot, you purchase 8, you have them shipped directly into Amazon to their fulfillment centers, and then they sell, and boom, that's how the whole transaction happens. So if you were to do this every single day for the rest of this month, you would make close to $30,000 in 1 month. And, I don't know anybody making $30,000 a month working a 9 to 5. And this is how I've been able to travel the world and live my absolute best life. And I'm going to show you what my lifestyle looks like a little bit later. But for now, let's dig in to some more products so you can see exactly what this looks like. So now we have a sewing machine, and you can purchase this sewing machine from Joanne. Joanne is a retail website that sells like home goods, collectibles, arts and crafts, those type of things, right? So the sewing machine is available from Joanne. It's $119. So you can see right here where my mouse is, it's $119, right? And it's retailing on Amazon for $259. So I'm gonna disclose the software and stuff in a little bit and tell you how much it costs. So just bear with me for a second, so I won't lose track of where I am. But in my course, I break everything down. So one, you'll have my personal phone number. You'll be able to contact me and be like, hey, Master Wayne, okay, what do I do now? But basically, my course has video lessons laid out for you, and you get direct access to me to hold your hand and walk you through setting up this entire process. So you could go to Joanne and you could purchase this for $119, and then you could retail it on Amazon for $259. So that means that after you sold it, all your expenses, you would make a profit of $77, and your return on investment would be 66%. So again, my motto is I never ever guess about success. I always calculate it and measure it. That way I know that I have the best chance of succeeding. So I can see here that this is going to sell 72 times this month, right? And so I said, okay, you know what? Let me go ahead and purchase 5 of them. All right. So now let me show you what happens next. After I purchase 5 of them, here's what happens. I ship all 5 into Amazon, and once they sell, I now make a profit of $385.05. So again, this process would literally only take me 5 to 15 minutes. You go to Joanne, you already know what to purchase based on the software. And so the software I'm talking about is I have VAs that work for me now, right? And my VAs working 8 hours a day, and they go from one website to another website, and they find all these deals. Then they go find the matching deals on Amazon. So I give you access to a spreadsheet put together by my VAs that gives you all of these deals automatically. So every day you'll receive 10 of these deals that you could go and purchase without having to think about it automatically. So you just wake up in the morning, you'll open up a Google spreadsheet, and boom, you'll have 10 of these products right in front of your face. You'll be able to click on the link, go to the retail website, and then you'll be able to click on another link and go to Amazon and make sure that they match up, but they'll always match up because that's what my VAs do. All right. So that way you don't have to search for what to sell. It's already given to you right in your lap. All right. So $385. So, you know, in 5 to 15. So if you were to do this right now, then you would be making $385, right? And if you take $385 and you multiply that by 10, then that's $3,850. So let's say you did this every day, right? So let's just call that $4,000. So if you were to do this every day for 30 days, you'd be bringing in $12,000 profit directly deposited into your bank account straight from Amazon. So, you know, this is so simple that I could literally train somebody that's fresh out of high school how to do this, and you don't even need a diploma. All right. So now you got the breakdown. That's 2 products that I've showed you that you could have did this. And, you know, all you need is just the knowledge. So here is the actual picture of the Joanne retail website. And so here it is for $119, and it originally was on sale for $199. All right. So here's a breakdown again of how this whole thing comes together. But first, let me show you another product. So this right here is a toy monster, Disney Pixar toy. and it's $16.99, and you can pick this up from your local Target. So you have two choices. You could either jump in your car right now, drive down to Target, and purchase this for $16.99. Or if you're lazy, you can just pop open your phone or your laptop or your desktop or your tablet, log on to Target, and buy this for $16.99. So as you can see, I bought a quantity of 10, and the sale price on Amazon is $52.98. So think about that. You go to Target and you snatch this up for $16.99. You have it shipped directly into Amazon, and then it's going to retail for $52.98. So you're going to make a sizable return on investment on your money. So my profit is going to end up being $22.71 off of every one that I sell on Amazon after all of my expenses. And so that gives me a return on investment of 133%. And so my next question is, how many times this month is it going to sell, and how many sellers do I have to compete against? So it's going to sell 45 times, and let's see how many sellers I have to compete against. Okay, 3 sellers. So again, it's going to sell 45 times. The first seller is selling this for $44.98, same as the second seller, $44.98. But the third seller is $52.98. So the first seller only has 6 in stock. That's it, 6. All right. The second seller only has 1 in stock. And then the third seller only has 1 in stock. So I know that that's only 8 that they have in stock. So after they sell 8 minus 45, that means there's still going to be 37 left that you could sell. So now that I know that, I'm like, okay, yeah, I could definitely purchase about 8, 9, 10 of these, ship them in, and make a killing. All right, so that's exactly what I do. I purchase 10, I ship them into Amazon, and boom, I smile as I walk to the bank. Now, when I teach this process to most people, or I talk about it to most people, or introduce them to it, the first thing they say, well, this seems like a scam. Well, it's not a scam because, one, Amazon is the largest retailer on the planet, right? 60% of all the products on Amazon comes from third-party sellers. A third-party seller is me. Could be my mother, could be you, could be a mom and pop shop, could be a small business, could be a corporation. These are all third-party sellers. So basically 40% of all the products on Amazon comes from Amazon. They go out, they source these products, they have them shipped to their fulfillment centers, and then they go live on the website. But they allow business owners or third-party sellers to do the same exact thing. All you need is the knowledge on how to do this, and you could start making as much money as you desire. So in 2004, when the internet started to take off and online universities and colleges became a thing, that put a lot of brick and mortar colleges out of business, right? They lost their accreditation and they ended up going out of business because it was much more convenient for people to just come home from a long day of work, log onto their laptop, and take a few college courses instead of going to a campus. So when a lot of these brick and mortar colleges and universities shut down, there was just a surplus of academic books all over the place. And so Amazon said, you know what, send those books into us, and when they sell, we'll give you a cut of the sale as your profit. So you go in, you get some of these books for free, or you pay pennies on a dollar for them. You ship them into Amazon. Once they sell, you keep what's left over as profit. So this is how Amazon FBA sort of had its beginnings. So again, it all starts with me or you or the average person shipping products into Amazon. They arrive at Amazon at what's called an Amazon fulfillment center, and then they go live on the Amazon.com website. Then when it sells, Amazon picks it packs it, and then ships it straight to the customer. Amazon Prime, 2-day shipping. And once that transaction happens, Amazon will directly deposit into your bank account the profit from that entire transaction. So to give you a little background on how I actually got started in this, it was 2015, and I had just started making money with Amazon with my own product. And I went downtown in Atlanta, Georgia, to Peachtree Street, and I applied for my passport, and it came back in about 3 days. So, at that point, I had my own private label product selling on Amazon. I was making about $18,000 a month. So I was happy. I got my passport, and I took a 3-month vacation to Medellin, Colombia. And while in Medellin, Colombia, I met 2 guys. One was from the United Kingdom, and another one was from Arizona. And the guy from Arizona, I'll show you a picture of him a little bit later. He said, okay, so, you're selling your own product on Amazon that you own, but can you sell the other hundreds of thousands or millions of products on Amazon? And at the time, I had no idea. So when I came back from Medellin, Colombia to Atlanta, I got on my computer and I spent 8 hours a day trying to figure out whether that would be possible. And it turns out it was. So I remember going to the store one day to buy peanut butter and jelly and some other groceries for my nieces and nephews, right? And I pulled out my phone and I scanned this peanut butter, and my phone told me that, okay, this peanut butter is going to cost me $2.86 from Kroger. Publix also sold it, and Wayfield also sold it. So I was like, okay, this is $2.86. So I went ahead and purchased all 50 jars that they had, because now I also knew that if I buy it for $2.86, I could then ship it into Amazon and sell it for $14.99. So I was like, okay, that only makes sense. So basically, I started doing this every single day, right? I would go to a different Kroger or a different Publix or a different Wayfield, and I would purchase whatever inventory that they had, right? So if they didn't have enough on the shelf, I would find a stock worker, and say, hey, can you go in the back, and see if you have any more of this product? If so, give me the entire box or the entire pallet, right? So they would go and do it. And so basically, once I ship all 50 of these into Amazon, I'm now going to make a profit of $7.14 for every one that I sell. So that's $357, right? And so that comes out to a profit of $10,710 per month off of peanut butter, right? So again, this isn't about expertise. You do need a lot of knowledge in order to set this up, but that's what I'm here for, to give you the knowledge to set this up. But, my suggestion would be, stop spending all this time scrolling on Instagram, going through TikTok videos, playing on the internet, playing games, and start getting serious about your life and your financial future, and do the easiest thing possible. And this business model is very easy when you have someone who's already been through the gauntlet and knows how to set everything up correctly. All right. So I'm gonna give you some demographics on Amazon, because they publish all the information and give it to you. So most Amazon sellers are between the ages of 25 and 44. And that makes up 58% of all the people who sell on Amazon. So if you're between the ages of 25 and 44, then you are perfectly right for Amazon. But you don't have to be that, because Amazon will entertain you as a seller anywhere from 18 until you're no longer breathing. So if as long as you're over the age of 18, then you can sell on Amazon. Now, 55% of all Amazon sellers live in the United States, but you could also be from the United Kingdom, Canada, India, Pakistan, China, Italy, Mexico, Nigeria, and a host of other countries. I think actually Nigeria might be banned as a country entirely. I'm not sure. I've had to double check that, but I see here it's on the list, but I think they have recently been banned. All right, 72% of all Amazon sellers are male, 26 are female, and 2 don't disclose their gender, 2%. All right, so most Amazon sellers actually have a bachelor. And then second is you have a master's, third, you have an associate, and fourth, you have a high school diploma. But you don't even need a high school diploma, a master's, an associate degree, or a bachelor's. And interesting enough, about 38% of all Amazon sellers still work their full-time job. So that means there's a lot of people on Amazon who have figured out how to make the transition and start selling, but they don't know how to turn it into a full-time income. So that's why you need somebody to walk you through this entire process so you can be successful. All right. And 39% of all Amazon sellers describes themselves as digital nomads. That means they work remotely and they're out traveling the world, same as I'm doing right now. All right, now Amazon has a multitude of business models. So here are 6 of them: private label, wholesale, retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, drop shipping, handmade, and what's missing from this is also KDP and Amazon affiliates. So, when you start an Amazon business, it really gives you 8 different ways for you to start earning money. And so when you actually sit down and think about that, like, man, that's a fantastic business model, right? It's like, okay, man, I can make money 8 different ways from one business model. So that increases your opportunity for success. And if you don't know what each of these business models are, don't worry. That's something I'll walk you through, and I train you on what each business model is, how to get it started, how to set it up, and how to succeed. All right. And now here are 10 of the Amazon marketplaces in which you can sell in. So when you open up an Amazon seller account, not only will you be able to sell in the United States, but you could also decide if you want to sell in Canada, United Kingdom, Mexico, Germany, France, Australia, Italy, Spain, and Japan. And remember, there's also Brazil, there's also India, there's also, I think, Poland, Netherlands, China. There's about 18, 19, 20 different Amazon marketplaces for you to sell in the world. All right. And here are other Amazon countries that I have just opened up, and these are the fastest growing marketplaces. So Turkey, Japan, Saudi Arabia, Brazil, and Australia. All right, so the next question I get frequently from people is, okay, Wayne, you seem like you know what you're talking about, but Amazon has been around now for 20 years, and over 20 years it's too saturated for me to sell. And when I hear people say that, I realize that they just don't know any better and they don't have any idea what they're talking about. And furthermore, I know that they're listening to other people. And so, I don't listen to what other people have to say. I always just look at the numbers, because men lie, women lie, but numbers don't. So what did the numbers say? So you can see right here, that Amazon rakes in about $638 million every single day, right? That's how much money they're making every single day. $638 million a day, right? It's crazy. So in the United States, the population is 350 million people. So Amazon could afford to pay every single man, woman, and child in the United States $1,000 a day, which would be $30,000 a month. So imagine every man, woman, and child in the United States making $30,000 a month, right? It would be a cultural shift. It would be a cultural change. It would make us probably the wealthiest nation on the planet, right? Americans will be balling out of control, right? And if Amazon were to do that and pay every American citizen $30,000 a month, they would still profit $288 million a day. So ask yourself, does that sound like Amazon is oversaturated? The answer is no. So don't listen to other people. Always do your research, always do your analysis, and look at what the numbers say. And if you don't know what the numbers say, just ask ChatGPT. ChatGPT knows just about everything. All right, so over the last 2.5 years, I used to do a mentorship where people would pay me either $2,500 for the basic information or the basic plan, or $7,500 for the executive complete plan. All right, for the full course. And so now my mentorship is over, and because that takes a lot of time for me to dedicate 8 hours of my day to mentoring people. So now I've automated my entire business. And so now you're able to just join, log in, and see video lessons of everything that I teach and walk you step by step on how to set this whole process up. And right now I'm doing a pre-launch, and for only 100 students, and it's $169 a month. And so I teach you how to register and become a professional Amazon seller, how to format your Amazon seller account, what softwares you'll need to automate your business, how to analyze, order, ship, and track all your products, and how to scale and grow your business quickly. All right, so if you're watching this, you're very fortunate. They say when perfect timing also makes good opportunity, that's what we call luck. So consider yourself lucky if you're watching this Amazon presentation right now with me and phillydom, because you won't have to pay the $2,500 mentorship fee or the $7,500 mentorship fee. I'm making this available to only 100 individuals for $169 a month. So you can come in, join my beta test group, watch all of my video lessons, set up your Amazon business, and see if I made any mistakes, if I need to edit anything, or to see whether or not I need some feedback on my course material. Like, hey, Wayne, could you also talk about this in the video, or could you spend more time teaching us about this and then going to that? So that's what I'm going to use this for. That's why I'm making this opportunity available at such a phenomenal price, because I need feedback. So just think of it like as a review. Now, once I get 100 beta testers, that's it. I'm closing up the beta tester, and then I'm going to revert back to what's going to be my ongoing business model. So it'll be 4 different subscriptions. So if you just want the basic Amazon FBA foundations, it's going to be $197. All right. And then if you want to learn how to scale up your Amazon business, it's going to be $497. Or if you want the advanced course on mastering Amazon and FBA automation, it's going to be $997. All right. And then you're going to have a subscription for also $47 a month. So do you want to pay, $197 plus $597? So that's $700 plus $1,000, that's $1,700. So let's call that $1,750. Do you want to pay $1,750, or do you want to capitalize and come in as a beta tester for $169 a month? The choice is yours. Right. So let me now talk about what I've been doing for the past 2.5 years. So with the help of phillydom and some of my family members, I started mentoring people. So I would just, by word of mouth or through phillydom, people will call me and say, hey, Master Wayne, I woke up this morning and I saw your presentation on phillydom's YouTube channel, and I want to get in on your mentorship. So then I would send them the information, and they would choose whether or not they wanted to, get started with the 2,500 mentorship plan or the 7,500 mentorship plan. It's now available for you for $169 per month. So you can come in and be a beta tester. So here I am in Medellin, Colombia. I'm brand new to making money. I'm making about $18,000 a month now, or it's like $630 something a day. And while I'm there, one of my friends from Atlanta, she's a nurse, Keisha, she flies in about a week later to visit me and spend some time with me for a week. And then I meet Giordano on the left in the gray short from the UK, and I meet Luke Jordan from Arizona. And so I was telling Luke about my business. He was like, okay, that's cool. So you own a pair of nail clippers that you sell on Amazon and you're making about $18,000 a month. I was like, yes, sir. So I showed him everything. And then, he was like, but can you sell the other millions or tens of millions of products on Amazon? And at the time I didn't know, but it turns out I could. And that's how I discovered this business model that I'm going to teach you how to set up and succeed with. And so Giordano got started with my mentorship. And this is a screenshot of his account. Within his first 60 days, he was now making $5,000 a month. And he actually moved from the United Kingdom to Medellin, Colombia, got married, had a child, started a family, bought an entire house in Medellin and turned it into a 6-bedroom Airbnb. Because $5,000 a month goes a long way in Medellin pesos or Colombian pesos. So shout out to Luke, Keisha, and Giordano. All right, here's another one of my mentees. This is Colin Beckford, and this is Colin sending me a screenshot once he hit $10,000 per month. So, I'm not just here trying to tell you about my own success. I'm also showing you the amount of success that my students and my mentees have had just from my mentorship alone. Because when you've been doing something for 11 years, you're pretty much going to be pretty good at it. You're going to be almost an expert at it. All right. So here's another one of my mentees. This is Walter. Walter was a truck driver. And when he saw my presentation on Philydom's YouTube channel, just like you're watching now, he messaged me. It's like, hey, Wayne, I saw your presentation on Philydom's YouTube channel. I want to get started with your mentorship. How can I pay you the $2,500 to get started for your mentorship? And he was like, but I have one condition. And I was like, well, what's that condition? He's like, I want to fly into the Dominican Republic so you can teach me in person. I want to sit down right next to you at your villa, watch you turn on your computer and watch you do it so I can make sure it's real. So that's exactly what the brother did. He purchased a plane ticket from Indiana and he flew to the Dominican Republic where I was staying at the time in Sosua. And I met him at a sports bar called Roomba's. If you ever been to the DR, you're probably familiar with Roomba's. And I took him back to my villa and I set him down right beside me and I opened up my computer and I blew him away. And so he became one of my mentees. And this is him sending me a screenshot of him making $4,350 every 2 weeks now. And, the crazy part is, as a truck driver, he was actually delivering Amazon pallets on his truck. So as you can see, this is no games, no fluff, no hype. I'm all about business. And, what most people, bring, present you with a course and, want to teach you what they know, they haven't done a mentorship. They're just like, hey, I'm such and such. Here's a screenshot of how much money I made. Here's what I can help you do. Sign up for my course and that's it. No, I went in through the trenches first and I help other people hit the ground and succeed before I even designed the course. So that way you can see that, I'm all the way legitimate and transparent. So this is Mark. He's a police captain in Philadelphia. And when he saw my presentation on Philydom's YouTube channel, he was like, hey, Wayne, my wife and I are already selling on Amazon, but we're selling books, but we can't seem to make over $1,000 a month. So I was like, okay, Mark, no problem. Get started with my mentorship and I'll teach you the ropes. And so he and his wife got started with my mentorship. And this is his first screenshot and they hit $3,000, in product sales. And then this is his second screenshot a few months later, where they were now bringing in $11,000 a month, all right, profit. So he was obviously very happy because he was able to 10x his income, and he was still working as a police captain. So, Mark is now winning in the game. And this is Vanessa. And so, Vanessa's like, Wayne, I really just want to, write my memoir, write books, but, I got to have money in order to do that. So this is her sending me a screenshot when she was only expected to make $5,000 a month, but she eclipsed that and she was bringing in $6,000 a month. And then she was able to write her first book called Women Healed and Whole, Volume 3. This is Andrea Furlow. She was referred to me by her mother, and Andrea hit the ground running. And within her first 45 days, she was now making an extra $1,200 every 2 weeks. All right. My niece got married out in Las Vegas, and while out in Las Vegas, I had one of my mentees contact me and say, hey, Wayne, I see you out in Las Vegas. I live in California. I'm one of your mentees. And I want to come meet you in person just to say thanks. And so she got in her car and drove 3 hours up into Las Vegas to sit down at Yard House and meet me in person and just to say thank you. And as you can see, she was bringing in $5,000 a month. And here are some more clients. So this is Marsha and Sheldon, and they're from Atlanta, Georgia. And they got started as my mentees, and they got to the point where they were bringing in $1,200 every 2 weeks. And they, called me a couple of months later. It was like, hey, Wayne, we want to come to Dominican Republic and visit you. And I was like, no problem. You can come. I'll set you up with a rental car. You can even stay with me and my DR girlfriend, in our villa. We got more than enough room. And I'll show you the villa a little bit later. And so they booked their plane tickets and they came to DR and they stayed, with me for 6 days. So, my clients not only end up making money, but many of my clients become, some of my best friends and my family. All right. And this is one of my first students ever. So I'm an avid volleyball player. I used to play basketball, but I'm 51 years old. So at 50, you got to give basketball up. All right. So, but I still play volleyball because it's a little easier on your body. And so I was in Atlanta playing volleyball many years ago, and I started playing on this team, and we made it all the way to the championship in this league, and then we lost. But we had such a good time playing together. I took the entire team out to Top Golf, took them out to a restaurant, and then took them out to an escape room. So, we were all bonded. It was a good circle of friends. And so afterwards, Elena pulled me to the side, was like, okay, Wayne, what do you do for a living? Because you're obviously not doing what everybody else is doing. So long story short, I ended up sitting her down, teaching her, and she was the very first person that I taught. This was like 2017, 2018. And then I wasn't mentoring anybody, nor was I teaching anyone. I was just making money, living my best life. Oh, man, that closed that. Let me open that back up. There we go. All right, let me make sure I ain't skipped. Okay, I did. All right, so this is another one of my mentees. And this is Anthony Hampton, and Anthony Hampton hit the ground running. And this is a screenshot of him making $10,000 a month. So as you can see, just multiple people that I've mentored get into the bag. Alicia Hill is asking me, do you source from US only? Can you sell without China products? Is China still good? So let's start with your very first question. Can you source from the US only? Yes, you can source from the United States only. You can source from any country in the world as long as they produce quality products. All right. And your second question is, can you sell without Chinese products? And absolutely, yeah. You can buy products from China. You can buy products from Japan, Israel, Pakistan, Canada, wherever you find it. And so what I like to do is, once I teach you how to start selling just basic products, I make your whole business automated, what completely runs for itself. And I do that by teaching you how to sell the biggest brand name products on the planet. So think Disney, think Nike, think Lego, think Marvel, think Michael Kors. Just think the biggest brand, think Puma, think Adidas, the biggest brand name products on the planet. Think Dove. What else? Think whatever you get there. I can't even think of all the products now, but I teach you how to go after the best selling products on the planet, right? And so you'll do that by reaching out to wholesalers, and I'll teach you all the information you'll need in order to get approved from these wholesalers, and these wholesalers will give you access to all of these products. So you'll be able to sell Puma, Nike, Lego, Adidas, Tonka Toys, all of these products that sell thousands of times every single day that are household names, right? So that way you don't have to go out and search for products to sell. I pretty much make sure that you'll have an infinite number of products to sell, and you'll be able to automate the whole process. So I hope that answers your question, Alicia. But if you have any more questions, please let me know. This is another client of mine. So during the pandemic, everything was on lockdown, and this was like March 2020, and the whole world went on lockdown, and you were not allowed to leave the house. And but I found a loophole, and that loophole was doing Uber. So I had multiple cars at the time, so I signed up with Uber, got accepted, and boom, I could get out the house and drive around and pick up people. So I picked this young lady up. Her name is Audrey. Picked her up from the airport, and Audrey just got in my car, and she started looking around. I was like, Wayne, this is a really nice car. I was like, thank you. And she was like, okay, obviously you just don't do Uber for a living. And I was like, no, I'm an Amazon business owner. So she was very curious. She had 1,000 questions. Long story short, she became my second or third client, I think, second or third. And I taught her the business. And a couple of months later, she sent me this screenshot via text message. And she was like, Wayne, I'm now bringing home $3,000 to $5,000 every 2 weeks. So as you can see, another winner. And, we worked out, her mentorship price of $2,500. And, she would also bring Smoothie King shakes every day while we trained. All right. And this is me at my villa in a DR. And these are 3 of my mentees who I met on Philydom's YouTube channel, just like you're watching now. And all 3 had the same idea. It was like, Wayne, I want to fly into the DR, and I want to learn this in person. I want to be in your living room, looking at your computer and learning how to do this for real, for real. And so that's Jay Gustavo, Mike Logan, and Ernest Fultz. And coincidentally, Ernest Fultz is actually with me right now in Thailand. He lives across town, takes about 10 minutes to get to his place, but he comes over, at least once or twice a week to my condo, and we're still training him in person. All right. So as you can see, I'm so transparent and I'm so open that many of my clients, are open enough to fly to me so they can train in person. But it's not necessary that you do that, but it just shows my level of transparency. All right. So Joy is asking, what's the best way to increase sales on books on Amazon, meaning to make the most? All right. So along with me teaching you, Joy, the Amazon arbitrage business model and private label and retail arbitrage and wholesale and resale and KDP. So I not only teach you how to write a book correctly on Amazon and get it posted on Amazon, get it published on Google, get it published on Apple, and then get you worldwide distribution. I then show you how to advertise your book to your target audience. So the first thing I teach you how to do, not to just go out and start writing a book. The first thing I teach you how to do is to look at data and figure out what people are actually searching for. So once you know what people are searching for, then you have what's called your target audience. So we'll then write a book specifically for that target audience. So let me give you an example. Let's say you want to write a book for people who have diabetes, who are also overweight, right? So you could have diabetes, but you may not, but you could be in shape, right? But there's people who have diabetes and they're out of shape. So they're looking to diet and they're looking to get their insulin under control. So I teach you how to write a book specifically for those individuals that meet them exactly. And then once you get your book published and fully formatted, then I show you how to set up sponsored ads all over the internet and teach you how to optimize those ads so you are literally printing money. So I'm not going to go into much detail because I could talk about that all day because it's something I'm very good at. But basically, you know, you'll be literally printing money. So let's say it will cost you maybe 39 cents in order to show your book to someone on Amazon who's actually has diabetes and they're overweight. And so as soon as they type in how to lose weight and cure my diabetes into Amazon, Joy, your book is going to pop up on the top page of Amazon, right? Right on the top page, as soon as they type that into Amazon. And then your book is probably going to be on sale for $12.99. And you only pay 39 cents to get that visitor to see your book. And when they see your book, it's going to say, if you have diabetes, if you're overweight, and you want to cure your diabetes and lose weight, this is the book for you. So when they see your book, Joy, they're going to be like, oh, man, that's exactly what I'm looking for. So they're going to purchase it. So they're going to purchase it for $12.99. So you only pay Amazon 39 cents in order to acquire that customer. Now you have to pay Amazon their royalty fees, right? So their expenses. So boom, that's like, you know, $3, $4. So you're going to be left over with like $7.37 profit. So you paid Amazon 39 cents to find that exact target audience or that exact customer. Amazon takes out their fees, and what you have left over is your profit. So you pay 39 cents, you make $7.39. So that's how the process works. So if you just go to Amazon and you write a book and you don't have any idea how to market your book and set yourself up, you're going to fail. Because it's not just about writing a book. It's about how to get people to purchase your book and how to write it for the correct audience. So that's the blueprint that I teach you in detail. This is another one of my clients. It's Renee from Canada. She was my first Canadian mentee. And this is her sending me a screenshot of her very first sale. And speaking of books, Joy, this is another one of my mentees. This is Soba. And she decided to create journals and coloring books. And in her first month of creating these journals and coloring books, I think she had like 8 of them in her first month because they're real simple to create. She was able to make $1,832.46. And then the very next month, all 8 of her books blossomed into $5,536.86. So as you can see, that's a nice little chunk of change. That's, you know, upwards of $7,000, and $7,000 should be able to pay a lot of bills. All right. This is another client of mine. This is Ronnie from California. When Ronnie contacted me, he was like, Wayne, I want to fly out to Dominican Republic, just like many of your clients, and I want to meet you in person. So he did. We didn't even talk about Amazon business when he got to the DR. We just hung out, you know, went out to the sports bar, hit the beach, just hung out, you know, met some other Americans. We just had a good time. And then when he got back to California, though, he was serious. And he's like, okay, Wayne, I want to do the private label thing. I want to create a product that I actually own. And so this is his first product. You can go search this up on Amazon right now. So it's called RBW Successful Beauty, and it's Dead Sea Mud Mask. So type in RBW Dead Sea Mud Mask, and it should pop right on up. All right, and so if you're saying to yourself, okay, Wayne, that's cool. You know, you're a mentor. You've menteed many people on how to be successful. Actually, I've mentored over 105 people over the last 2.5 years. But the next question I get is, okay, Wayne, how successful are you? Well, you're now looking at a statement, well, not a statement, but you're looking at some images from me at an ATM machine. So in the top right-hand corner, you can see my military retired identification right there in my wallet. And you can see me holding up my USAA debit card with the last 4 digits being 7854. And if you look on the ATM screen, you can see the same digits with my camera flash blocking out the 4, but you can see 7854. Right. You can also see that in my savings account, that's $100,000. And in my checking account, that's $1,298,000, 868 cents and 66 cents. All right. So I'm not showing you this to show off. I'm showing you this to show that not only am I knowledgeable, not only do I share my knowledge because I'm not selfish, but this has made me a self-made millionaire a few times over now. Like right now, I have an offer on a villa here in Thailand for $438,000. There's multiple bids on it, so I'm trying to win it. But you know, when you want to travel to another country, if you find a villa or a condo that you like, you'll have the money to purchase it all cash. No problem. And the same thing in Thailand, if you want to stay and you have to apply for your retirement visa, they want you to transfer 800,000 baht into your Thai bank account. That's like $24,000 right there just to get a retirement visa. Or if you want an elite visa, it's another 17,000. So, when you are making money and you break away from the plantation, this all becomes possible. All right. So Joy is asking me, what about if it's a continuous collection? Remember, like a C. Andrews. Yeah, so you could also do collections. You could sell literally almost anything. I think you mean books. What about if it's, so you can do a series or a collections. So if you want to create your own, fictional universe of wizards and space aliens, and it becomes popular, then yeah, you can turn that into a series or a collection. You can create a series or collections inside of your KDP account. So you'll be able to go in, but like, okay, this is series number 1, and this is series number 2 and number 3. And then you can actually bundle those together so people will be able to purchase the individual series or the whole series together as a bundle. And remember, I teach you how to get it selling not only on Amazon, but also on Google Books, also on Apple Books, and then also get you worldwide distribution. And what a lot of people don't know is that when you publish one book, you turn it into 4 different versions and you get paid off all 4 different versions. So first you'll publish what's called your paperback book, and then you'll have your ebook. And then you can, if it's more than 75, 80 pages long, then you can publish a hardcover, and then you can come back and then turn it into an audio version of your book. So you only created one book, but now you're getting paid 4 times off of that one book. So it's probably not many other business models on this planet that's better. All right. So next here's a screenshot of my main Amazon account. And you can see my total balance sitting at $26,584 a few days before they directly deposit that into my bank account. And here's a video of me in Santo Domingo, where I was for 6 months. And here's my living room. And here's my computer setup. You can see my Cohiba and my secondary cell phone right there on my table. And I have a 3 monitor setup. It's just, a monitor that you attach to the sides. And so you can see I just hit the refresh button, and now it's trying to switch over to Spanish. I switch it back to English because I'm in the DR, and boom, 2-3 days later, my total balance is now $32,784.52. All right, so you can see I'm hitting refresh again. No smoke and mirrors, no screenshots, no photos, no editing. It's just all right here in front of your face. Now, if you're skeptical, and I'm a skeptical person, I like to see proof, and no problem. Now you're looking at my Navy Federal bank account. And as you can see right here, you're looking at my deposits. That's $35,000 deposited into my account. You can even see how much money I spent that month. I spent $23,000 that month. So can you imagine getting to the point where you're spending more money than most people make in 6 months every single month? So $23,000 is a lot to spend every month. I don't spend that every month, but how long does it take the average person to even make $23,000 a month? All right. And then here's another deposit of $32,000. And you can see for that month, I spent $27,000. And this is right here is what I call a bad month. I only made $29,000. So I didn't eclipse $30,000. And then you can see my withdrawal, I spent like $27,000, right? So this is my level of transparency. Very few people, come on and be like, hey, I'm a guru, I'm an Amazon expert. Here are my mentees, here's the money that they made, but here's also what's in my bank account. Here's what I made. Here's what I've accomplished. All right. And so I've had, over the past 8 months, I've had 15 of my mentees become published authors. So this is Adrienne Morse. Her book is now available on Amazon. You probably maybe seen her on social media. And she actually flew out to Thailand and spent 6 weeks with me writing this book and getting everything set up. So shout out to Adrienne, and she's now crushing it. And it's funny because her book is now selling on Amazon, and she also now has worldwide distribution. And, she was like, Wayne, my book is now on Amazon twice, because when you get worldwide distribution, some of those publishers would then put your book on Amazon as a secondary book. So her own version of this book is selling on Amazon for like $12.99, but the international published version is selling for like $28. And she was like, Wayne, I only have 5 sales to my my own Amazon listing, but to my Amazon international listing selling for $28, I had like 25 sales. And I was like, well, Adrienne, what's the problem? She's like, well, I wanted my listing to sell better. I was like, Adrienne, that's not a problem. Just keep doing what you're doing. And, the sales was, still coming in. So, a lot of times when you create your first book, you're going to have an attachment to it. So there's another client of mine. His name is Mike McClellan, and he's from the UK. And he has a girlfriend with about an 8-year-old daughter. And he asked me to help him write a book and make sure that the book was kind of based on his girlfriend's daughter. So this is her likeness, and the whole book is created around her going on an adventure. All right. This is another one of my clients' book. His name is Sean Kendrick, and his book is called From Chaos to Calm, Breaking the Cycle of Overthinking. All right. So Joy said, thinking of 101 everyday medical advice knowledge based on the stories of real people and their experiences. Example, reversing kidney disease, hidden untold secrets of self-care. Excellent idea, Joy. Excellent idea. So that's something that I could definitely help you with. We would go in and I would show you how to draft an outline for the book, do research on the target audience so we know exactly who's going to purchase this book and what information they're going to want inside of this book. And then you can also publish the real stories of everyone, who have dealt with, everyday medical problems and, want to get rid of kidney disease. And then, of course, here's another one of my mentees. His name is phillydom. You may or may not know him. And Philly actually has 5 books. So here's 3 of his books right now. Phillydom's Complete Guide to Alaska Seafood Processing and Self-Preservation. Philly, that's a long ass title, man. And then he has Phillydom's Unfiltered Behind the Scenes of YouTube and Phillydom, The Forgotten Father Story. So Philly is definitely doing this thing. And, he used to work in the seafood industry in Alaska. So he created that as his very first book, because there's a lot of people who want to break into that industry, but they have no idea how to go about it. So if you have a particular job or skill set that you want to, publish and create a book about, there's a lot of people who will probably purchase that book who want your knowledge. And he also has the Phillydom's The Life and Truths, so you can learn more about him as a man or as a person, and figure out what's true about his life, and what's rumored to be what you may have heard. But I can tell you, Philly is a really good dude. Everybody who comes across him or meets him, feels his vibe, and they know that he's a real good dude. And for me, this is how it all started. So back in 2013, I found a company. They don't even exist anymore. They were called The Amazing Selling Machine. I paid them $3,000. They only open up their course twice a year. I got in on the second half of the year, paid them the $3,000, and boom, they taught me how to contact manufacturers all over the world, submit work orders, negotiate with manufacturers, and have a product produced, and then order that product in bulk and then ship it into Amazon. And so I decided to go with a pair of nail clippers, and I went with the pair of nail clippers because I was thinking, everywhere, every person on the planet has fingernails and toenails, right? And, you need to keep those things clipped and manicured. So long story short, I went ahead and submitted a work order. And before I did it, I went to Amazon, and check this out. I went to Amazon and I typed in nail clippers because I didn't know anything about nail clippers, right? But I typed in nail clippers in Amazon, and then I read the reviews of all the top selling nail clippers on Amazon on the first 3 pages. So page 1, page 2, page 3. And I took notes on what customers loved about the nail clippers on Amazon at the time and what they hated about the nail clippers on Amazon at the time. And when I was finished, I pretty much had a spreadsheet on how to create the perfect nail clippers. So I made them 3.5 inches long. I made them out of surgical grade stainless steel so they would not rust and they'd be waterproof. I enlarged the handle right here at the end where you put your thumb on it, and I put grooves in it. So if you have carpal tunnel syndrome, arthritis, or weak elderly hands, these nail clippers would not slip out of your hands. All right. And then I came up with the bright idea of counterbalancing the handles so they were easy to clip. So if you did, you were weak and elderly and you didn't have the strength to press down, the counterbalancing the weight would make it easier. And then instead of having the blade machine etched, I had it laser etched. So every time these nail clippers clip your nails, they clip clean. They don't leave any jagged or broken nails. And then lastly, I wanted to make them whimsical. So I had the smiley faces embedded right into the handle. And they were a huge success and they took off. And that's how I got to the point where I really started making money, because once I started advertising these on Amazon, about 90 days after that, I woke up and I checked my Amazon account, and I was now making $630 something a day. And that's $18,000 a month. So I got my passport and I went to Medellin, Colombia for 3 whole months. And then, I was like, okay, this business model works. I could become, successful at doing this, and it's easy, it's fun, and I know what I'm doing. So this right here was my second product, all right? And I named them the Pan Piper's Oven Gloves. And basically, I didn't know anything about oven gloves, so I did the same thing. I went to Amazon. I read the reviews of the best-selling oven gloves, and I put all that information in the spreadsheet. Then I went to Home Depot and Lowe's, and I pulled some oven gloves down off the shelf, and I looked at them, and I expected the package. And I was like, okay, I could do that. I could put this information on the box. And so I ordered a box. I put all the information on them, and I found a contractor to make me the oven gloves. I shipped those into Amazon, and not even a good 45 days of them being on Amazon and me getting ready to launch the product, I received an email, and the person in the email said, hey, I'm such and such. I discovered and came across your Pan Piper oven gloves on Amazon, and I wanted to know if you would sell me the entire brand. And I said, hell to the yes. And I sold my Pan Piper's oven glove to this person for $900,000 cash. That easy. So as you can see, this business model is just so lucrative. It's almost impossible for you not to succeed if you have someone like me teaching you the ropes, laying everything out so it's clear and concise. All right, Joy said, what is the starting price for your course? I know you probably already announced it, but can you repeat it? I'm also a nail tech, so I want to create a book on revisions on nail and implements and such. Okay, so Joy, as you know, I used to do the mentorship, and my mentorship was either plan A or plan B. Plan A was $2,500. Plan B was $7,500. Now I've automated my entire business. So I don't even do the mentorships anymore. And so for the automation part of my business, I'm bringing on 100 new students to be beta testers right now. And so my course is now available to my beta testers for only $169 a month. And you'll get full and complete access to my entire knowledge base, my entire course. And that way you will also help me, along with my other 99 beta testers, to look at my course, because it's brand new, and help me spot any mistakes or any irregularities. And maybe I made some grammar errors, punctuation errors, spelling errors, doesn't matter. Or maybe, in the training, maybe I may have omitted something. And once you watch the training, you're like, okay, well, Wayne, can you add this to the training? Because you went over this, but I just need more clarification of that right there, or this right here. And so this is now available for $169. So that's why I'm doing this presentation, so I could get 100 beta testers to test out my website, push every button conceivable, poke around, make sure everything is in working order. All right, so not only, has Amazon given me financial freedom, I've also spent the last 9 years traveling around the world. So I've been to 4 continents, 26 countries, and 41 of the 50 United States. So here I am in Thailand drinking my favorite that I drink almost every day, either a watermelon shake, or just I eat watermelon every day. And here I am in Brazil. In Rio, they rode these big electric scooters up and down the beachfront, the boardwalk. And I was like, man, I want to buy me one of those. So phillydom and I flew from Rio to Salvador Bahia, and I found the dealer in Salvador Bahia, and I went in, was like, look, swipe my credit card, let me get that. So it was like $3,500. And boom, I would ride it up and down the coastline on the boardwalk in Salvador Bahia almost every day. One time, me and phillydom hopped on it and drove to McDonald's. So we were just having a good time, living our best lives. And here are some of my other destinations that I traveled to that I really love: the Hoover Dam near Las Vegas, Guadalupe in Colombia, the Dominican Republic. This is actually in Punta Cana. And I've always been kind of artsy, so I got down in the sand and I made this little alligator, or you could call it a crocodile, it's your choice. And Then in about 2017, it was like February, I took a trip to Las Vegas and I stayed out there for 30 days. And I used to go downstairs to this buffet and they had these crab legs that they had already sliced in half. And all you had to do was put an infinite supply on your plate, get some lemon, get some sauce, and just pull the crab leg out of these huge snow crab legs. And man, I would just gorge myself on crab legs because I'm from DC. Well, I was kind of born and raised in DC, and DC has what we call the wharf, where you can go down and get fresh seafood. So I've always loved crab legs. And this is riding the tram line in Colombia, and this is Senegal, Africa. So I've been to Morocco, Africa, Senegal, and I've also been to Nairobi, Kenya. And I love helicopter tours, motorcycles, and of course, penthouses. So it's something I kind of indulge in. Here I am skydiving. Let's see. And this right here is me at the top of Tres Cruces Mountain in Medellin, Colombia. When I was back home in the ATL, I would go to all the games, the Atlanta Braves, the Atlanta United, the Falcons, and the Hawks. I'd be at as many games as I could possibly attend because I love sports, but when you're in person, it's even better because you're indulging in the food, you're drinking, and the atmosphere is electric. It's unlike anything else. And then here I am in the DR, and I had a Dominican girlfriend. We're still fantastic friends to this day. And I bought her a motorcycle, and I bought myself a motorcycle. And this right here is called Spa Castle. It is in Dallas, Texas, or Cumberland, Texas, to be exact. And when I was in Atlanta and I wasn't doing anything, I would get on a plane and fly to Dallas, Texas, and I would spend my time at Spa Castle for like the week, just getting that water therapy. They got like 8 jacuzzis, 8 different saunas, infrared tanning beds, a movie room, an indoor pool, outdoor pools. It's just fantastic. If you need some rest and relaxation and you want to just unwind without breaking the bank, book a plane ticket to Cumberland or Dallas, Texas. And right next door to Dallas, Texas is Cumberland, Texas. And go to Spa Castle. You can Google it, Spa Castle in Dallas. You'll fall in love with it. All right. And Joy is asking me, do you wake up every day with a sense of soaring, new ideas coming out of nowhere? Understand that your destiny is godly contracted. I believe beyond the skies, there's no limit. Joy, that's exactly what happens to me every single day. Like, one, I don't wake up to an alarm clock. I wake up whenever my eyes just pop open. And then the first thing I do is grab my cell phone and check my Amazon account, see how much money I made the following day, and see how much money I've made before I even woke up that morning, because you get sales 24 hours a day. And then, I spend 2 hours a day on the internet every single day learning something new. And this is because I was born with an addiction that's known as philomath. A philo meaning math, and then the other word meaning learning. So basically, genetically or through heretics, you can be born with several different addictions. You could be born with an addiction to gambling or predisposition to gambling, sex, drugs, alcohol, what else? Pornography, all those type of things. But my addiction that I was born with was just learning. No matter what I did, I felt like I couldn't learn enough. So I never skipped a day of school. And I just had an infinite amount of questions. And so I'm still like that to this very day, where I spend at least an hour or two every day going to YouTube, running all over the internet, learning something new. Here I am in Medellin, Colombia, dressed up as Neo, trying to escape the Matrix. Whitewater rafting in Costa Rica, indoor skydiving. That was a lot of fun. and there's just meeting beautiful people all over the world. Everybody's on vacation, everybody's happy. And so it's just, it's a vibe. Horseback riding, Segway tours. When I went out to Las Vegas in 2023 for my niece's wedding, I rented this drop top Corvette, and I also drove it around Las Vegas for the entire 10 days that I was there. And then I came across this helicopter place, and they had a gigantic sign that they were doing helicopter tours to the Grand Canyon, and it was only $500. So I made sure I booked that excursion. They put you in a helicopter with about 4 or 5 other people, and they fly you to the Grand Canyon, which takes about 45 minutes to get there from Las Vegas downtown. And then they land actually in the valley of the Grand Canyon. And when the helicopter finally lands deep in that canyon, and they turn the blades off and they shut the helicopter down, and you get out, you're so far below sea level that there's zero sound. You can live. The only sound you hear is if someone else is talking, or if no one else is talking, you'll hear your heartbeat and you'll hear yourself swallow. So it's kind of eerie. And when you go that far below sea level, this used to be an ancient ocean or ancient riverbed. And when you're that far down below sea level, you still feel like you're underwater. So it's a very eerie feeling, but it's something that I would definitely do again. All right, so Joy's asking me, do I stress inner peace, and what exercises and tools aid me in self-preservation? So I do spend a lot of time not stressing out or, trying to harness my inner peace. So some of the things that I do is I do meditate. I sleep quite a bit. That's my peace, just being asleep. And I don't have any drama in my life, or I don't have any ill will towards anybody else. So I basically have zero problems. Or if I do have a problem, it's something small or temporary that I can usually alleviate. So you have to craft a life where, you could minimize those problems. Because if you have problems, if you're stressed out, or if you got drama in your life, that creates noise inside your head. So instead of you thinking of something productive, you're focusing on that problem that's pulling you down and weighing you down. So you have to learn how to, one, clear your mind. So I have an exercise that helps you get started with clearing your mind. And you only need to clear your mind for a couple of minutes each day. So what I do is I'll lay down flat on the bed and my hands to my sides, and I'll just relax and start breathing. And then I close my eyes, and all I say is 1 + 1 = 2. 1 + 2 = 3. And I go through that sequence until I get to about, wherever I'm comfortable. I might do it for 3 minutes. I might do it for 5 minutes. Just depends on how long I want to give my brain a break. And what that does is it shuts down all of those thoughts that's running through your head, that's rummaging through your mind, that's stressing you out, that's raising your cortisol level, that's raising your pulse rate. And so just, find yourself in a nice, comfortable position. You don't have to lay down. You can sit up in a yoga pose if you want, but just block out everything and visualize yourself saying 1 + 1 = 2. See the 1, see the plus sign, see the other 1, see the equal sign, see the 2, and then say 1 + 2 = 3. And what this does is it quiets your mind, because the only thing your mind is seeing and thinking are the numbers that you're doing. You're just doing simple math. And if you do this for 3-4 minutes, this is the equivalent to like sleeping for like 3, 4, 5 hours, because now your brain isn't all over the place like it is during much of the day, where you're thinking about, oh, what should I eat for dinner? Oh, what, such and such said that about me at work. When I get to work tomorrow, I'm going to give them a piece of my mind. And you're going through all these emotions, and it weighs on you heavily. So learn how to meditate, learn how to alleviate the stress from your life, and spend that time and that energy focusing on what you need to do to improve your life. And I got one other exercise. One, create yourself a vision board. So you don't need to cut anything out. Create a folder on your phone and then scour the internet and imagine what you want your life to be 5-10 years from now. So imagine what you want your house to look like. Imagine what type of cars you want to have, how much money you want to have in the bank, but go deep. I want you to get to the point where you are imagining yourself waking up, and maybe you decide you want to live in Bali, Indonesia. So you're waking up, you're in Bali, Indonesia. You should be able to visualize what your bedroom looks like. You should be able to visualize getting up out of the bed, checking your phone, seeing how much money you've made on your business. You may visualize brushing your teeth, what your bathroom is going to look like. Do you want your bathtub outside in Bali? Do you want it indoor? Do you want a huge shower? Do you want a push button shower with instant hot water and you set your temperature? Do you want your floors heated or cooled? Do you want to have a maid or a cook? So when you come downstairs, breakfast is already prepared for you. Is your house all white? Do you got black trim? Do you have a pool? Is it on the first floor, the second floor? Map all of those things out in your mind, because once you have a complete picture of what you want your life and your existence to be 10 years from now or 5 years from now you can work your way backwards to, okay, where do I need to start in order to start working on this right now today in order to get there 5 years from now. So I call this starting at the end, because if you start at the end and you can visualize what you want your life to be, now subconsciously your brain is going to start to do everything that you needed to do every single day to get you to that destination 10 years in the future. So that's one of my secrets. All right, so these are two of my babies right here. These are my Lincoln MKZs. They're actually the same exact cars. They're identical. One is just white, one is black. I bought them a year apiece. I love the white one. I bought the white one first. I loved it so much. I was like, man, I'm going to get another one of these. All right, so I bought two. And I'm not even going to tell you about all the things that they do. I just love them. And then a year later, I bought this. This is my third car. This is the BMW i8 with the gull wing doors, super fast, and everything is a hybrid. And hanging on my wall in my garage, these are actually 10-speed bicycles, but they fold, right? So you can fold them, you can hang them up. And so when you unfold them, I used to, go on a date and I would put them on the back rack, or just put them in the hatchback. And then we would drive to the Silver Comet Trail in Atlanta, Georgia. And it's a bike trail that's 18 miles long. It stretches all the way through Georgia into Alabama. And so me and my date would get on these electric bicycles and we would ride out about 10, 20 miles as far as we could ride. And by that time we'd be dead tired. You would just flip a switch, twist the handle, and you come all the way back on electricity and you don't even have to pedal. So that's what I was able to do this during the pandemic too. So I wasn't out, just sitting around the house. I was actually out trying to get some exercise. And this is my setup when I was in the DR. This is the villa, and this is my 3 monitor setup again. And Joy is saying, wow, excellent advice. Thank you. What things have you seen throughout the world that you feel most people have in common, no matter where you've gone? Okay, that's a great question, Joy. So because I've been to 4 continents, 26 countries, and 41 of the 50 United States, and I grew up as a military brat, you could literally say I've been all over the world and I've met almost every genre of people. And what I've noticed is that for the most part, that people are actually afraid. They're afraid of not having enough money to pay their bills, or how they're going to take care of their family. And everybody's just out here struggling, trying to earn a living. But, they're just inundated with just distractions. I see so many people worried about the smallest things. The end of the day, it's keeping them from fulfilling their dreams. So that's why I try to emphasize to people, block out the distractions and get serious about improving your life. And you need a plan. That's all you need. You need a plan and you need to take action. And so when I started mentoring people, I noticed two things. I noticed that there are people who succeeded and there were people who failed. And the difference between the two is simply two words. The people who failed put earning first. So the people who failed, they was like, oh man, I just want to make $1 million in the next 30 days. They failed. The people who succeeded, they put something else before earning. They put an L on that earning. And that L wasn't for lost. The L was for learning. So if you put learning over earning first, then you're going to succeed, because now you're going to spend every day learning how to improve upon what you're already doing, and it's only going to get better. And then your earnings, when it gets better, are going to increase. But if you approach it and you like, oh, I just want to earn $1 million or $10 million, you're going to put earning before learning. Therefore, you're not going to take action. You're not going to be invested, and you're not going to grow. Therefore, you're probably going to fail. All right. So I had a professional film crew come to my film this video. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Bienvenidos. Welcome to my crib. Come on in. Let me give you a tour. So that's the living room right there. That's the kitchen and the dining room. That's the pool, huge pool. And they had like a covered cabana. The porch, the backyard had pineapple trees, a coconut tree, and a papaya tree. And every bedroom had a king size bed, marble floors throughout, and every room had air conditioning. For the DR,
thank you for visiting. I hope you enjoyed your stay.
And it was in
if you're ever in town again, make sure you come back and visit.
Our security, and it was close to everything. And I was paying $3,000 a month. And I also had a rental car, and I was paying about $1,500 for the rental car. So as you can see, you know, money affords you a lifestyle that you deserve, so you can live your best life. This right here is one of my favorite memes. It says, "Is happiness something you choose?" And in the picture below, the person on the left is asking the person on the right, "Where did you find that? I've been searching for it everywhere." And the person on the right is holding a jar, and the jar says happiness. And the person on the right said, oh, I didn't find this. I created it myself. So again, you know, if you're watching this presentation, you have two things going for you. First is time. The second is opportunity. The third thing is luck, because you're lucky to be here watching this presentation, because you can become one of my beta testers, and it's only going to cost you $169 a month, and you can't beat that. Whereas if you would have, you know, ran into my presentation maybe 2 years ago, I was doing a mentorship where I was holding your hand, and that was much more expensive. You probably wouldn't have been able to afford it at that time, because it was a one-time investment of $2,500 or a one-time investment of $7,500. So now my business is automated, and I'm getting my time back, and I'm no longer doing the mentorship, but now I have a course, so everything is automated. And this is me on a field trip with another group of Amazon sellers. And another thing that I've learned, Joy, from traveling around the world is that there's only 4 different kinds of people. There's a person that has no job, therefore they have lots of time, but they don't have the resources to travel because they're low on money. Next is the person who has a job, but you know, they have a few resources to travel because they're making money, but they don't have any time to travel, right? Next is a self-employed. Self-employed person has 0 time because they're spending 8, 10, 12 hours a day running their own business. They got the resources to travel, and the money, but again, they just don't have any time. And last but not least is where I want to graduate you to. I want to help you become a business owner, where you properly set up a business, you have some virtual employees, and that way you have nothing but time, resources, and money on your hand. That's where I am. I'm a business owner. You know, it's funny because most people ask me what I do, or do I work online? I was like, no, I don't work. And they was like, oh, what you do? I was like, I'm a business owner. And then, you know, they give me that curious look like, okay, And so a lot of people just don't understand that these three right here will set you up for struggle and failure for the rest of your life. You're trapped in on what I call the economic plantation. But if you simply become a business owner on the largest e-commerce platform on the planet, it can change your life, and you'll be able to better take care and provide for your family and friends. All right, so Fulfillment by Amazon was launched back in 2006, and Amazon serves 51% of the planet. All right, rather phenomenal. Now, what a lot of people don't know, I want you to come close because I want you to understand this. Walmart, Home Depot, Costco, CVS, Target, Lowe's, Walgreens, Kroger, and Best Buy. If you haven't heard of all of these retailers, then I know you've heard of probably about 5 of them. But these are the largest 10 retailers in the United States. But check this out. This is Amazon. Amazon is larger than all 10 of those retailers put together. This is why I decided to invest my future into Amazon, my sanity into Amazon, because I saw where it was going almost 10 years ago, 10, 11 years ago. And I was able to figure this out by looking at certain information. Like growing up, if you wanted to buy something, you had to go to the shopping mall, right? You could order things online from Finger Hut. You know, that used to exist back then, but it just wasn't really profitable. It didn't make sense. But by the time I got into my 30s and 40s, I realized that a lot of retailers were going out of business, right? And when those retailers went out of business, you know, you would go to the mall and you'd be searching for something and you couldn't even find it. You know, you'd have to say, hey, where'd you get that from? And like, oh, I got it from such and such. Then you would go looking for it. They'd be out of stock. So what I realized is that Amazon was going to change the world, because now you'd be able to go to one centralized marketplace and find virtually everything you've ever wanted to purchase. And then when they came out with Amazon Prime 2-day shipping, boom, it would arrive at your doorstep in 2 days. So I was like, yeah, Amazon is the future, because people are going to get lazier and lazier as technology grows, and people are going to just sit at home and shop on their computer and not even leave the house. Like some people don't even go to the grocery store no more. They order their groceries. Or just think about what Uber Eats has done and Grub for the whole ordering out thing. People don't go out to dinner no more. They don't. The only thing that you could order delivery in terms of food back in the day was pizza. That's it. And that was Domino's, Pizza Hut, and Papa John's. But nowadays, you could order just about anything without even leaving your house. So this is the future. Whether you like it or not, this is the future. All right. So right now, Amazon serves customers in 185 countries. And excluding the Ukraine and Israel, there's still about 195 countries in this world. So, you know, with Amazon serving 185 out of the 195, that's crazy. So when you become an Amazon seller, you have access to 100 fulfillment centers worldwide and 15 global sorting centers worldwide. And Joy is saying money is defense. I want to be a female. Mansa Musa, I feel you. What will happen when U.S. currency ends? I hear all bags will be under one construct. I really dream of the best. Yeah, so right now we're living in a very volatile time because BRICS is trying to demonetize the American dollar. And now countries are actually starting to trade in their own currency. So, you know, now, you know, it's more important than ever that you start building wealth so you can transfer your money over to whatever currency is actually valued more. So you have that option with Forex trading and currency trading, or, you know, purchasing stocks. So now is the best time to really start a business and diversifying your your business. And so when you get started on Amazon, I tell you the basics, right? To teach you the very basics and get you orientated to the platform. And think of that as your kiddie pool. So the water doesn't come up below your knees or below your hips. So you're safe, right? And it prevents you from drowning. But then, you know, once you get, you know, the full scope of the system and you're doing well, I then usher you over to the adult pool where there's alcohol, there's music, there's bikinis, and it's a much better vibe. And this is where I'm also going to show you how to get with wholesalers, selling the biggest names on the planet, and then how to automate your business. And that's Amazon wholesale. That way you'll be able to start selling Puma, Nike, Under Armour, Adidas, Lego, Marvel, Reebok, Michael Kors, Gucci, you know, Prada, Fendi, whatever you want to sell, weave, you know, makeup, whatever you want to sell, electronics. I'll show you how to get into that game. And then when you get into that game, it's automated, and then you can scale up. And so I have a data-driven formula, and basically, before I even decide to sell something, I need to make sure it's profitable. Next, I need to know what my return on investment is. Third, how many sellers am I going up against? How many FBA sellers and how many merchant sellers? 5, I'm going to teach you how you'll be able to know how much inventory your competition has in stock. Number 6, what's the best seller rank? That means how fast or how slow is a product selling? And number 7, are you eligible to even sell the product that you're looking at? Number 8, sales per month. So basically, how many times does the product that you're looking at sell per month? If there's 5 sellers and the product sells 100 times per month, then that means each seller is splitting 20 sales. All right. Next is, can I sell this internationally? And yeah, I'll show you how to do that. You know, so if you got a product that's selling well in the United States, it may also sell well in Australia and the United Kingdom. And I'll show you how to find that information and make that determination. And next, I'm going to teach you trade secrets that I've developed personally over the last 11 years. And if you think that Amazon is just in the United States, you would be rudely mistaken. Amazon is worldwide. Now, I want you to look at the country that all these countries that Amazon is in, and look at the traffic going to each of these marketplaces every single month. Also, look at how many English-speaking marketplaces there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 English marketplaces where you can sell your products on Amazon without having to do any translation. So you got the United States, Canada, Mexico, UK, Germany, France, Spain, Italy, Netherlands, Japan, Singapore, United Arab Emirates, Brazil, Australia, and India, and there's more. All right, now come closer, because I want you to understand this. Most people lose sight of this. Worldwide, there are 9.7 million people selling on Amazon. So let's just call that 10 million people, right? All right. So only 2.3 million of those sellers are actually active. So there's 10 million people who are registered as Amazon sellers, but only 2.3 million of those people are active on the Amazon marketplace. Now, in the US, there are only 1.1 million active sellers in the marketplace. So in terms of there being competition or is this saturation, it doesn't exist. All you got to do is just, start an Amazon business, know what you're doing, and start selling, and you're going to be okay. You're going to be successful. And every day, roughly 3,700 new sellers apply for Amazon, but they end up failing because they don't have the right information. And so if you haven't realized this or not, this is all just boils down to digital real estate. Every time you purchase a product and you send it in Amazon, whether you buy 10 or 100 or 1,000, that's how many buy buttons you're now going to have access to. So let's say you ship in 1,000, pool tables. Now you have 1,000 buy buttons. So that means you have 1,000 ways for somebody to pay you online for a product that you help put on the internet. So that's why that's so lucrative. Now, I like to be transparent, and I'm always doing my research. And there are other companies that kind of do what I do, but they're going to try to beat you over the head with a machete and charge you as much as possible. So this is Automation Alliance, and they're going to charge you $18,000 to try to set you up with the Amazon account and a Walmart account. All right. This is another company called Amazon Automation. Again, they want you to have $50,000 just in capital, and they also want you to have a working fee of 10%. All right. And then they're also going to charge you $15,000. So $15,000 plus $50,000 is $65,000. Plus you need a 10% working fee, which is $7,500. So that's $7,500, I think, off the top of my head, that you would have just to get started with them. And that's ridiculous. Now, the other choice is actually that you can bring on a VA full time and let them grow your Amazon account. As you can see, this VA grew this Amazon account to $40,000, or just shy of, but they're taking 50% of your profit. So you're not really making $39,630. You're only making $19,000. So if you want to grow, you want to scale, don't let anybody else scale your business up. Do it yourself. It's going to take time, but just do it yourself, and you will thank yourself in the future. Now, if you're lazy and you just want some rundown, watered down information, and you really don't want to dive too deep in this, or you think $169 is too expensive for you, no problem. You can ball out on a budget and get what you pay for. And you can come over here to Udemy and purchase one of these courses that's just going to give you a little hype and a little fluff and go over everything with just a small startup budget. And this right here is the last Amazon FBA course, private label guide, 53 hours, #1 Amazon FBA course. All right. And so you can see that if you pick up any of these courses, it's only like $119 or $124. And you can see they all have reviews, but this is just going to be the watered down information in the outline. So you don't want to waste your money on that. So again, my previous mentorship prices was a one-time investment of $2,500 or a one-time investment of $7,500. But you won't have to pay neither of those, because I'm going to help you properly set up a business and then teach you the ropes on how to get started with Amazon. So that means I'm going to share with you how to get an LLC, an EIN number, business license, business bank account, a reseller's permit, a business address and 1-800 phone number, and also a business website. And then last but not least, help you set up your business with Dun & Bradstreet. All right. And then next thing you know, you're off to business. You can start getting contracts with wholesalers and making some serious money. And here are your monthly expenses. So you'll have a deposit for the prep and ship company and a one-time fee of $49. All right. Your product lead spreadsheet. That's where my VAs give you access to 10 products every single day at 12 noon that you'll be able to purchase, and you won't have to go look for leads, because that's the frustrating part. You don't want to sit around and wait for people to come. You want people lined up outside the door, all the way around the curb. All right. Software 2 is $19.95. Software 3 is $39.95. Software 4 is $65.95. Software 5 is $79. All right. Your membership subscription is $169 again. Amazon seller account is $39. And your software plus your seller account is only $551 per month. So that makes a total recurring monthly business cost of over $377. Can't beat that. So here's the summary. Your application process and your and setup of your Seller Central account. You'll format your Amazon account for your FBA business model. You'll register with the 5 softwares and sync them up with Amazon. I'll add you to the WhatsApp group, and everyone will welcome you in. And then I will orientate you to Seller Central and the softwares. You can start training on how to research and analyze all products, set up and format your prep and ship spreadsheet. how to do your repricer, how to back up your data, and reverse analyze other sellers. And then you also get cashback extensions, coupons, and cashback cards. And then, of course, you'll be graduating to the wholesale manufacturing game. All right, so if you missed it now, you won't have to pay $2,500. You won't have to pay $7,500. My course is now available to just 100 beta tester students at a low discounted rate of $169, and it's not going to last long. And phillydom can put the link in the payment information over in the comments section. And so again, once all 100 of my beta tester spots have been used up or snatched up, then my whole business model is going to go back to this plan right here. 197 for the basic course. Intermediate, scale your Amazon business, and your price, $997. All right. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this Amazon presentation. I'm Wayne McShay, aka Master Wayne. That's my email address, alldaybiz@gmail.com. And this is also my WhatsApp. It's an international number of 144-652-9503. Or if you also want to follow me on Twitter, not Twitter, but TikTok. So that's Shifu at ShifuWayne TikTok. Shifu is a word that stands for father or teacher. So in martial arts in China, they would call each other Sifu or Shifu. All right, that's it. Let me turn it over to phillydom so we can go through and see that if we have any more questions. Let me know.
This let me see the questions for you. That's his number.
Yeah, Joy had quite a few questions. So I think I answered all her questions.
Answer her questions. There was some guys in the beginning that asked you this question.
Do you need an Amazon account to sell on Amazon? Yes, you do. You need a professional Amazon account to sell on Amazon. Now, you can also have an individual account, but I would suggest you do just a professional Amazon account so you could kind of learn your way around.
This one. You gave that one already, right? Or this one? That one.
Is this the same as drop shipping? No. So IBE drop shipping is actually illegal on Amazon unless, of course, you do it correctly. So the correct way to drop ship on Amazon is to order from a distributor, manufacturer, wholesaler that sells the product as is, right? Nothing else attached to it. And it also must be sold in a plain brown box. You cannot drop ship, from Walmart to Amazon because it's going to arrive to the Amazon customer in a Walmart box. And customers don't like that. So you got to be cognitive of that.
Looking. Boom, here we go.
All right. Do you source from US only? Can you sell? No. So I source from all over the country. You'll be able to analyze products, find wholesalers and suppliers, and be able to get access to those products and sell them with the authorization. And so it ends up being very, very lucrative. And I think that's it for the presentation.
Yeah, I think it is.
All right. And Joy is asking me, what is the starting price for your course? I know you probably already announced it, but can you repeat it? Yeah, Joy, I'll go ahead and repeat it. So the starting price for my course is just $169 a month. And it's pretty much a 9-week 9-week course of training every single week so that you'll get the logistics and the basics and, help you on your way to success.
This is the last question right here. Joy got
Okay.
another one. She asked if you could answer that one. You see it?
What were your first mistakes and how did they occur? Crawling before you walk, did those mistakes spike your growth? If so, how? This is very informative. Excellent. Yeah, so Joy, I didn't make many mistakes, actually. The only mistake I made was when I started advertising on Amazon, I didn't know what I was doing. So now I know what I'm doing, and I could basically go to Amazon now, start a sponsored ad campaign, and do much better than I did ever before because I now have just more knowledge. I know how to properly set up a campaign with ad groups. I know how to use water. So it's very lucrative. All right, what was your first mistake? How did crawling before you walk? Did these mistakes spike your growth? Yes. Yeah. So they didn't spike my growth. I'm always in the process of learning. So, and no matter what I do, I can't learn enough.
Well, yeah, I think that's
it. Yeah, I think it is. All right, so I hope everybody enjoyed the presentation. phillydom is going to post the payment link if you think that this is
send it
for
to me
you.
again. Send it again to make sure they got it. Because I've been giving you information, but we didn't get no link. Send it to my email real quick. I'm gonna just do it real quick for them. They would have asked me, or they could find it. That would have found it or something. Well, let's make sure they got it. Or you can put it in the presentation right there yourself, like in the comments section. If you sent it. Let me check it. He went on for 2 hours, man. That was 2 hours.
Yeah, I know. I know I sent it to you. Okay, it must be. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, that's a scan to pay right there. So it should be this next one. Also scan it. Okay, so that should be just in that email then.
I don't see it yet.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Let me just go into log to my Skype account and grab it.
Okay.
I was trying to just locate that I may have already sent it to you, but I can't find it.
It always get lost in my email. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I guess every time you do a presentation, send it to me. So I can always have a fresh one.
Not a problem. Edit. You know what? Payment links. Here we go. Okay. Voila.
He sent a payment link. If people want to join, it's the payment link there. That's what he's sending. They asked him what he was sending.
Payment methods link.
So guys, hold on 1 second. He'll send a link.
Yeah, I'm trying to just pull it up. Okay, so it's going to be my sent.
You sent it?
Almost. Philly. All right, bear with me 1 second. Still trying to find it.
I say you good, Philly. Yeah, the payment link. It's 1 o'clock out here.
You said 1 o'clock?
Yeah, where I'm at, 1 p.m., 1 a.m.,
Okay, yeah.
12:40. He was live. We've been live for 2 hours and 5 minutes, 14 seconds.
Yep.
I even got another video going out right now as well. Wow, there's a lot going on. Oh, she on the East Coast. Joyce said it's 10:41 p.m. here. Yeah, they holding on. So they waiting for the link, but they holding on.
Yeah. I can't find it in my email, so I'm just logging back into my account and just pulling up another.
Or you want them just to email you, or I mean, WhatsApp you or text you or something, and then you try to get it to them.
Yeah. Hold on. I know where it is. I can grab it from.
Give them 1 second, guys. Thank you
Yeah.
guys for being patient and watching. Give him 1 second. He'll get it.
Beta testers. Going. Okay.
Joy's a beach video that's next. The beach video is next. It's on right now. You can check it. I put the beach video on. It's on right now.
All right, Philly.
Check it now.
Yeah, it's on your way. It's on its way to your
Email.
You want me to email it to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or you can put it in my WhatsApp too. I mean, don't matter either way. I'll get it.
Okay.
Wherever you want to put it at. Where'd you put it at? Yeah, I'm yawning, guys, because it's 1 a.m. out here. I've been working all day.
Where's your WhatsApp profile? Now you just sent me a new WhatsApp number, didn't you?
Yeah. You want me to send you something on there so you know it's me?
Yeah, because I don't see it in my feed again. I see
me?
Marquita. Oh, okay, yeah, there you go. Yeah, your name isn't attached to it. All right, so I just sent it to your WhatsApp too.
All right.
There you go.
Oh, wow, it's all together. Okay.
No, that's not it. Hold on. I thought that
I don't know if this is it, what you sent me right here. Let me see. You sent me some kind of letter.
Yeah, no, that's not it. Hold on. I was just on it.
Okay.
Hold on, let me grab my phone. It'd be easy for me to do it from my phone.
They waiting. 7 people waiting. He gonna fix it, man. He gonna fix it. Yeah, I couldn't find a link to give it to you, but you can always,
Okay. Now it can work. All right. So
Did you have some mudslides that occurred out in? They asked when you was in the Philippines. Did you have any mudslides that occurred in the
Nah,
Philippines?
so there was some flooding in Phuket, but I'm in Pattaya, and there's very little flooding that goes on here.
They said when you was in the Philippines, did you see any flooding there too?
Oh, in the Philippines, nah. So in the Philippines, I was still in two good areas. I was in Manila, and when I was in Manila, I was in an area called BGC. It's literally one of the cleanest downtown areas you've ever seen of any city.
Wow.
Yeah, the only thing that rivals the cleanness of BGC would it probably like if you were to go to Dubai. All right, and send it to your WhatsApp. So you got it in your WhatsApp, so now you can transfer it.
All right, let me see it right now. Oh, okay, I see it. Had to open it.
Yeah, but if you guys have any additional questions or concerns, please just contact me. Phillydom has posted my contact information in the contact section. You can always just reach out to me, and I can answer any questions that you have.
Okay, hold on. I'm going inside the video. Give me a second, guys. We're going inside the video. But here. Hold on. It should pop up right now.
All right, and
Here it goes.
Joy is asking me what is the starting price of the course. The starting price of the course is just $169 a month, but you will also have expenses for the software and the product spreadsheet. I know you probably already announced it, but can you repeat it? Okay, yeah, just repeating it again for you, Joy. And Phillydom is posting.
Yeah, I posted it 3 times. They got it. The link is there, guys.
Yep. And try to share this with your loved ones or anybody else that you know that's interested in starting a business and breaking free, because it's going to be a rough 4 years for us. So I'm not in the United States. I haven't touched U.S. soil this entire year. I don't even really plan on coming home till sometime in 2025. But when I do, I'm only coming home for a hot second, and then I'm gone again. And so that's the only real freedom that you're going to have from, the nonsense that's about to go down. You're about to see mass deportations. You're about to see a lot of people who, have worked within the U.S. government just fired overnight. And you're going to have a lot of people being replaced with those jobs and positions. So you're going to see a lot of turmoil and upheaval and chaos going on, because absolute power only corrupts absolutely.
Wow, that's deep. That's deep.
Yeah, but that's it. I appreciate you as always, Philly. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me or Philly, and we'll get your questions answered. And let's try to create some financial future, because 2025 is right around the corner. And if you don't start now, you're probably never going to start. And it all starts with just you taking action.
Wow.
Master Wayne, out.
Signing off. So peace out, everybody. It's all over.